Hey guys, just wanted to welcome you back for another video, and today I'm just working on practicing how to do layering in backgrounds and stuff like that when you're doing mixed media. So for the first part, I just took a little minute and prepped the background with some white gesso. By doing the scraping method today, and I didn't scrape it perfectly, which means some of the areas on the paper didn't get any gesso, and I found in just a bit when I came in with the watercolors, it actually produced a really cool effect because the areas that have the gesso compared to those that don't, they absorbed the color differently, so it made it look like there was a whole lot more variation in the colors that I was applying to this art journal page, even though I was only using like a set number of colors. You'll see what I mean when I get to that point here in just a bit. It was pretty cool, and I think I'm going to do this again, where I deliberately leave off gesso in some areas just because I think that it turned out pretty cool. I was running out of the lighter shade of that blue that I really liked, so I was trying to stretch it by adding water, but I had to go back later and I had to use the navy blue color instead because, yeah, I literally ran out of that light blue. So water did help. I did squeeze as much as I could out of what was left, but I was very sad that I just love that light blue color. I also wanted to try that salt method where you add salt crystals to the wet watercolor. I've been seeing that popping up again around YouTube, so I thought it would be fun to try it out here because, why not? When the background was dry, it didn't look bad per se, but you know how you kind of get the idea of how you want something to look. Well, it didn't quite go what I had been thinking, or what I was trying to achieve. So to kind of freshen the look of it, to kind of help me get it going in another direction, I came in with another bit of gesso So I didn't want to completely cover it because I like the way the color ended up showing through the gesso, but it kind of freshened it up a little bit so I could come in and add some additional details, just to kind of see where I could take it. Now that the gesso has dried, it seemed like the yellow watercolors were still kind of showing through, so I figured I would pick up on that and enhance it with some fossilized amber. And then I believe it was vintage photo I came in and also added for like a little bit of shading effect. Backgrounds can still be pretty hit or miss for me, so I'm trying really hard to take my time. And the other issue that I run into is like I might be on a good roll, but then I get to the point where my brain is telling me to stop adding stuff and I don't listen and I go past that stopping point, and yeah, then it just very bad things happen. And yeah, so I think that's the other part of learning how to do the backgrounds, is learning to trust that voice and quit working when it tells you to. After doing some water and distress oxide splatters on the background, I came in and did some light stamping, but again, I am trying really, really hard not to overdo it. I know I try to edit out the laggy parts where I'm either looking for something or I'm trying to think of what to do. So in one of those moments that I cut out from this video, I was trying to think about what I wanted to do next. And I never remember about embossing powders. And I always forget how useful they are for building up background layers, but not being overwhelming, if that makes sense. So I grabbed my Versamark pad, did some stamping with a script stamp, and instead of using like a clear or a super bright color, I came in with some white, and I really like the way that effect came out on this background, because again, it's subtle, so it keeps me from going too crazy, but it really does add a nice detail. And to kind of complement that white embossing and keep the background from being a little bit too white, I came in and did just a little bit of stamping with that same script stamp in a few spots with Vintage Photo. For some final details here, just to finish this off, I'm using the edge of this gift card in the Vintage Photo ink pad, and I also come in with some more fossilized amber and use a little flower stamp to, like I said, just make a few little finishing touches to it. Then to make sure, because the oxide inks are water reactive and I didn't want to smear them, I came in and I did seal that all up with some clear embossing powder. Couldn't pass up the opportunity to add some more splatter, so that's what I'm doing here. Alright guys, our background for today is complete, and hopefully you guys had some fun. Hopefully this helped you if you struggle with backgrounds and being consistent in creating them and stuff like that. So really happy with all the colors and the textures and everything that we got out of this. But again, it was also important, and I'm very happy that I learned to listen to that voice when it told me to stop, because yeah, that has been an issue. So thankfully today was not that day, and I really am so happy with the way that this came out with all the textures. Like I said, it's just very, very fun little project. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hopefully you guys had fun. Hopefully you crafted along. If you found this video interesting or useful, do me a favor if you would and drop 5 hearts down, 5 purple hearts down in the comments. And God, yeah, look at all that texture. It was so much fun. So take care, you guys. Stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next video. If you're interested in some more content, here's a couple videos you might want to check out, and I will catch up with you in the next one.